My name's Ben Wyatt. I'm the Minister for Aboriginal Affairs here in Carnarvon, as you can see, with a jetty behind me for the commemoration and the launching of the statue, the carving for what is the history of the Lock Hospitals. And it's a history that Western Australia is only really learning about recently. That is, those Aboriginal people who were taken really off the pastoral stations as the pastoral stations moved further north and taken out to the islands offshore here, and really to get Aboriginal people out of sight and out of mind. And Western Australia and Australia has a problematic relationship to a certain extent with its islands, because many Aboriginal people came through Carnarvon, put on ships and taken down to Rottnest Island. And I think most Western Australians are familiar with the history of Rottnest, but certainly not up here in Carnarvon at all, I think, with the Lock Hospital history. So it's really a chance now, and to their credit, led by the Shire, led by the local Aboriginal people here, as an important part of what we see post-Uluru, truth-telling around the nation. And this is what this is about. It's not a happy story, but it's one that needs to be told. And I think you'll see as a result the relationship between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people here in the Gascoyne can move forward in a much more sophisticated and positive way.
When did you find out about the Lock Hospital?
I've known very bits and pieces of it, but never really, as Alana pointed out, Alana McKinnon in her speech, it's only something I really became much more familiar with about 2 years ago. Whilst I knew about people being taken off to islands offshore, I never really knew about the history as to the reasons why. And it's, to be honest, it's a similar story of as the colonial frontier moved further north, Aboriginal people were swept aside and they were pushed out into the fringes of the state, in this case offshore onto islands. And unfortunately, whilst at the time they wanted that Aboriginal history to disappear, it hasn't. It remains strong. The resilience of the local people here have led us to this day, and that's why it's really, despite the sadness and the trauma, it is a day of celebration.
Could I put it to you that this is really just the beginning of the truth-telling process in the story, because there's communities all throughout WA who have a connection to it. So I'm just wondering, how can that be progressed? The truth-telling in other communities, healing in other communities. There's still an awful lot of work.
You're quite correct, and in fact we find that even with Rottnest Island, where you had significant numbers of people come through Rottnest Island over a much longer period of time. A lot of people, of course, lost their lives on Rottnest Island, but still it's a story that, because whilst it was on Noongar country, Aboriginal people came from all over Western Australia and lost their lives at Rottnest, and it's still one that I think, as we're going about trying to work out what we do with Rottnest Island by way of commemoration, we're finding that's also the case. So I think it'll be similar here. This will be the start of a journey that I think will take some time, but there is now a real determination amongst the Aboriginal leadership to tell the truth, to take that history, and importantly what I'm sensing now for non-Aboriginal people and organisations, there's no longer that resistance to understand the truth, to talk about it, and to work out, well, how do we take that truth, create what we are now and move forward.
So would the WA government be thinking about investing more, I guess, in this process?
Yeah, and we're thinking about that at the moment, specifically in respect of Rottnest. But what we'll see now, I suspect as a result of this, there'll be a lot more requests, but also a lot more historical issues. For example, there's been a lot of massacre sites around Western Australia that I don't think have been properly told, not just in terms of non-Aboriginal people understanding those, but also for those Aboriginal families who lost people through those massacres. They've still got to come to terms with a lot of that. So I think we'll start seeing a lot more of this, and I suspect as the Uluru Statement continues to gather momentum, and I think it will gather momentum regardless of the outcome of the federal election, governments around the country are going to have to grapple with this, and I think that's a real opportunity.
Do you have any final words or reflections that you'd like to offer?
Today's been an incredibly emotional day. The statue is powerful, it's emotional. You can see the trauma in the two children in the statue. So I think it gives that impression, it sends through the history, the trauma of what happened to those Aboriginal people. But I think it's one overall. It's not about taking that guilt and shame and putting it in our current relationships. It's about taking it and making it to understand that people come from different backgrounds. To find those backgrounds, we need to understand that. And I think this is a positive day.